Why Fong, Lai Han lives in the eastern gate of Qingzhou and sells noodles for a living. Poor family, no wife, living with my mother. One day, I was at home, and suddenly there was a beautiful 16 or 17-year-old girl, dressed simply but with a gorgeous look. My mother looked at her in amazement and pressed her on who she was. The woman laughed and said, "I'll be your daughter-in-law because of your son." "The girl looks like a fairy," she said, adding with your words, "It would take us years to live." The woman repeatedly asked, but I thought she must have escaped from the big house. I refused, and the woman had to leave. After 3 days, the girl came again and couldn't stay. When I asked her what her last name was, the woman said, "I'd say it if I could stay. Otherwise, you don't have to ask." "We're poor," she said. "Marrying a beautiful wife like you is not good enough or auspicious." The woman sat on the head of the bed laughing and was reluctant to leave. My mother urged her to say, "Girl, leave us alone. Don't cause any trouble for my family." That's when the girl left. I saw her heading west. A few days later, on the West Alley, Ms. Lu came and said, "There is a girl next door, Dong Hui Fong, who has no one but herself and is willing to be your son's daughter-in-law. Why don't you take her in?" When I told Mother Lu about my concerns, Mother Lu said, "Where is this happening? If anything goes wrong, it will be all over me." I heard I was so happy. I said yes. After Lu's mother left, I swept the bed and waited for my son to come back to marry me. It was just dark, and the woman came by herself. "Come in and see your mother." Every courtesy my daughter-in-law has to teeny girls and can't let them come without my mother's permission, she told her mother. My mother said, "Our mother and son were at home, and they didn't know how to make a teenager. We earned very little money every day, just enough to fill our stomachs. Now with a new daughter-in-law, she's young and she's afraid she won't have enough to eat. And with 2 young daughters, can she make them drink?" The woman laughed and said, "If the girl comes, she won't have to feed her mother, and they can work and eat by themselves." Lao Han asked, "Where's my woman?" The woman shouted, "Autumn moon, autumn song." The sound is still coming. The 2 girls are landing like birds. The women told them to kneel to worship their mother. It wasn't long before the horses returned. Mom went up to tell him what happened at home and my heir who was happy. Inside, the house is decorated like a palace, with a sculpture, tables, chairs, beds, and glitter. He's so shocked he can't go in there. The woman comes out of bed smiling and greeting, and Mer, like a fairy, is even more surprised and is in a hurry to back off. The woman grabbed him, sat down and spoke affectionately to him. The horse is so happy. It's a surprise. Somehow, after a while, he got up and wanted to go out and drink, and the woman said, "No, I'll have to girls prepare the wine." Autumn takes a leather pocket, takes it behind the door and shakes it gracefully. Then reaches into it and takes it outside as if it were wine in a jug, dishes in a steaming bowl. After dinner, the 2 went to bed, their blankets smooth and warm. After sunrise, the second person walks out the door, still in the old grass room. Both mother and son are strange. Ma Danyang went to Lu's mother's house to find out about the girl. At Lu's mother's house, thank her for being a matchmaker. "I've been gone a long time, miss," Lu said in surprise. "Where is the girl next door who asked me to do the work?" When Ma became suspicious, she told Mother Lu why. Mother Lu was shocked and followed Ma to see her new daughter-in-law. The woman greeted her with a smile and repeated Ms. Cher's courtesy. Seeing Hui Fong, Ms. Lu was bright and shocked for a long time, so she stopped defending herself. So she had to be. The woman gave Lu's mother a scratch made of white wood and said, "I don't have anything to thank you, so let's give you the scratch." Mama Lu took it home. "Look at it. It's silver. Since we're married, he's not selling face. The house is brand new, and the mink Kyujin's clothes in the box are numerous, so they can be mixed up with the horse. But once out, it's plain cloth, but still light and warm. The same goes for Hui Fong's own clothes." After 4 or 5 years, Hu Feng suddenly said, "I've been punished for more than a decade, and I'm here for a reason. Now I'm leaving." Mer lingers, and Hu Feng says, please take another wife to continue the cigarette. I'll be back. Then suddenly he disappeared. Mr. Ma married the Qin family's daughter. 3 years later, on the night of July 7th, when the couple were talking, Ms. who has suddenly arrived, laughing and saying, "How happy the new couple are. Don't you miss their old self?" Mer scrambled and sat her down with great sadness to tell her how much she missed. Hui Fong said, "I just dropped off the weaver and took a moment to see you. They're in love, and they're not gonna stop talking about their feelings." "Why Fong?" someone in the air shouted. Hua Feng got up in a hurry to say goodbye. Ma asked who was yelling, and Hua Feng said, "I'm here with Shuangqing's sisters. She's tired of waiting. You can live to be 80, Ms. Hua said, "By then, I'll arrange for you to be buried. It's gone when we're done." Ma Han is still in his 60s. This man has no merit other than honesty.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.